To thank Chairman McCall for the opportunity to waive on this hearing today, and to our witnesses for testifying before the committee, and for the Gold Star families that are here. The reason I wanted to be here at this hearing is that I'm a 24-year military veteran, Vietnam era veteran. My brother served in Vietnam. My husband is a 30-year Vietnam era veteran as well. My father was career Air Force. 6 of his 8 children served in our military. The botched withdrawal from Afghanistan in August of 2021 was the single worst foreign policy disaster of the United States that has not been witnessed since the fall of Saigon. And I mentioned this at a Homeland Security hearing in June of that year. This completely preventable catastrophe resulted in the deaths of 13 U.S. service members, one of which, including Corporal Dagan Page, grew up in Red Oak, Iowa, and 170 Afghans. When President Biden took control of the White House, the world was at peace and our enemies on guard. Since the disastrous withdrawal of Afghanistan showed our weaknesses on the world stage, Russia has invaded Ukraine, China has dramatically increased its aggression in the South China Sea against Taiwan, and even the Philippines. Hamas has launched a horrific attack against Israel, and the Houthis are launching attacks in the Red Sea, openly attacking U.S. and allied service members in the Middle East. You both previously testified that you recommended maintaining a small force in Afghanistan instead of a full withdrawal. General Milley, you have also previously stated that the withdrawal was a strategic failure. Was it less problematic to defend Bagram Air Base than HKIA? And why was the decision made to give up Bagram Air Base, for which we could do counterterrorism and better to protect than in the middle of an urban area?
I'll let General McKenzie talk the specifics of Bagram, but Bagram was not a feasible course of action to keep open once a decision was made to withdraw U.S. forces below 2,500. And Frank can talk through the numbers, but to maintain security, to maintain Bagram as an open air base would have required a brigade combat team. You're looking at 5,000 plus a battalion to patrol the 30-mile road between Kabul and Bagram. So now you're looking at 6,000, and then you're still going to have to take care of HKIA, which in the end ended up being 6,000 Americans, 2,000 internationals and others, so about 8,000 for HKIA. So you're looking at 15,000, 20,000 people. If your strategic purpose is to withdraw from 2,500 to 0, it doesn't pass the common sense test to then increase to 15,000.
I'm going to reclaim my time. Can either of you provide U.S. intelligence? It was woefully inaccurate in predicting how quickly Afghanistan would fall to Taliban control. Was this willful neglect of the Biden administration, the State Department, if you advised them that their potential for a fall would be rapid?
We, the United States military, consistently indicated that there would be a likely collapse of the government and the ANSF upon a full withdrawal of the United States military, and we estimated that that would be months, not in August, months. We thought, at least I thought, it would be sometime in the late fall, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I extended that out to maybe spring, could get past Christmas and into spring. The intelligence community estimated anywhere between 12 and 24 months after the full withdrawal of the U.S. military.
And was there a recommendation to the Biden administration, the State Department, that there would be a strategic intent and benefit of keeping Bagram Air Base and troops within Afghanistan?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Was there a value to maintaining a presence in Afghanistan and Bagram Air Base?
Well, I thought that you'd have to have at least 2,500 if you're going to keep Bagram. So I thought, personally, I thought at the time, my assessment at the time, and I've said this publicly before, that keeping 2,500, the value was to buy time to achieve the conditions of Doha and a negotiated settlement between the Afghan government and Giroa. Presidents are in positions to make very difficult decisions. And I'm looking at this from a military standpoint. 2 presidents in a row, much wider angle of view, taking in much more factors than I do as a general. They both decided the same thing, just with different timelines.
Well, General Milley, with all due respect, even as a nurse in the Army, I had to push back against majors and lieutenant colonels and colonels and generals who were recommending things that were in our patients, not in their best interest, and would have cost them their lives.
Right.
We expect to have pushback from the military when a State Department or a commander-in-chief is doing things that are not in the best interest of this country and in the best interest of our service men and women.
For many heated, lengthy
let me just
discussions and debates.
end here with recruitment
Lots of
down.
pushback.
Will we have to wait until November or January 2025 to finally get accountability for the disastrous
We
and
have to go
competent
to a
withdrawal?
classified briefing. Please make this short. It's been a long day. Wrap up your question.
I'm sorry, I just did, Chairman. I just said, will we have to wait until November or January 2025 to finally get accountability for the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan? With that, I yield back. Thank you.